Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananasalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Narayana Parayana Jarankaranashana Rupanugамitra Prema Gurujanayate Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Rahadikaye Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanittinamane Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ittinamane Namashishtam Manamapi Sachiputram Atraha Swarupam Rupam Taskyajam Uruparim Maturangostavartam Radha Kundam Girivaramo Rahadika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Guru Tam Natosmi Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Godatashe Namaha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopeshwa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Rananani Hari Priye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vrindar Tulasi Dhyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavate Namo Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhascha Vipasimravevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So, this morning we were hearing from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one saint in our line, and he was taking us through the various stages of consciousness, from someone who is completely immoral, has no faith in anything higher, to the moral theist, to the immoral theist, yes, and then the moral theist, so the moral atheist, the moral theist, and then the sadhaka, and then one who is perfected in their spiritual life. And we were hearing how we cannot get over this obstacle in our consciousness until we engage in true spiritual sadhana, or we will not be able to move past this misappropriated hypostasis, this negative after image, and our spiritual progress will be checked. So one Swami, he said, when you're chanting the names of Krishna, you should be crying for the names of Krishna. But how can you cry for someone you don't know? If you break up with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, oh, you'll be crying so much. If your cat dies, you'll be crying. If your mother dies, your father dies, you'll be crying. If your car is stolen, you'll be crying. If all your money is taken, you'll be crying. Because you have attachment and you have an affection for these things. But in our conditioned state, we don't know Krishna. So how can we cry for Krishna? So we need to build a relationship with divinity. So our great saints in our tradition, in their samadhi, in their stages of trance, where they have left behind the limitations of this limited mind-body complex, then the smiling face of Sri Krishna and his pastimes has been revealed in their samadhis. So I invite you now, leave your body, leave your ego, leave your material mind behind, and come to Vrindavan, the eternal place of Sri Krishna, Brahmanada. And within Brahmanada, come to the flowing Jamuna river, and come to this place, Brahmanada. Brahmanda means the creation. In the Vedic cosmology, each universe is called a Brahmanda, and it's the shape of an egg. And there is 14 different categories of planetary systems in each Brahmanda. And the Brahmanda is filled with secondary creation of Lord Brahma, the oldest living being. And it is said, if you are transmigrating through the 8,400,000 different species of life, and then you come and you do the parikram of Brahmanada, and you come to this place, Brahmanada, very, very soon, this transmigration from the various species in accordance with your karma and your desire, samsara davana nadanika loka, very soon, this blazing forest fire of material existence, it will come to an end. If you come to this very holy place, Brahmanada. So, this is a very potent place. So when Krishna is all attractive, the most attractive personality in all of reality. That is the meaning of the word Krishna. So when baby Krishna was very, very young, you know, when you're young, you just stay at home with your mother and she's nursing you, looking after you, taking care of you, making sure you're warm, making sure you're fed, and you stay at home. And then when you get a little bit older, your mother takes you out. And when she takes you out, she meets other mothers, and they also have children. And then for the first time, you can begin to play with other little children, your same age, and you become friends. And sometimes these friends become friends for your whole life. So Krishna, he was in the arms of Mother Yashoda. Even though God is eternal, in Braja, God has a mother. And her name is Mother Yashoda. So little baby Krishna, she was in the arms of Mother Yashoda, and she was taken to Brahmanada. He was taken to Brahmanada. And she met there with other gopis, other cowherd maidens, with little Krishna. And Krishna was playing with the other little boys, Sridham, Subal, having so much fun. And the day went by very, very quickly. Little children love to play together. So then it was time for prasadam, time to take blessed food. So then Mother Yashoda, she said to Rohini Mata, oh, go and get Krishna. Tell him to come and take prasad. So Rohini went and she found Krishna amongst the boys and she said, come Krishna, it's time to take prasad. But Krishna didn't want to leave his newfound friends. And Rohini said, Nanda Baba, your father is waiting for you. Come and take dinner. And Krishna, not wanting to disrespect his father, oh yes, I must go. But tears were coming in his eyes. And tears were coming in the eyes of his newfound friends, because they were thinking, oh, it's Krishna. He's so sweet. And Krishna was thinking, oh, these boys are so wonderful. I want to spend all my time with them. So when it came time to part for the day, tears were coming in both of their eyes. And they said, oh Krishna, please come. and play with us. And so then Krishna, he went off and he took dinner. And another time, Krishna, he came and he played with his little friends, and when he arrived, Krishna thought, all the little boys, before Krishna had arrived, they were sharing sweets amongst themselves. And then one of the boys, they ran off and they told Mother Yashoda, Krishna's mother, oh, Krishna's eating dirt. And then Mother Yashoda, she left her kitchen and she came and she thought, oh, I better reprimand my boy, see what's going on. So Mother Yashoda, she found Krishna and she said, the boys are saying you're eating dirt. What's going on? And Krishna said, no, they're all liars. These boys are liars. Don't believe them, Mother. I'm very innocent. And then Mother Yashoda, she looked around and she said, Sridham, is it true? Did Krishna eat dirt? Sridham said, yes. Don't believe him, Mother. He's a liar. And then Mother Yashoda asked Balaram, his brother, is it true? Has Krishna been eating dirt? Balaram said, yes. Don't believe them, Mother. And then Mother Yashoda said, even Balaram, your brother, is saying you're eating dirt. And Krishna said, no, Mother, I can explain everything. I'm completely innocent. You see, when I arrived, all these boys, they had stolen sweets from their houses, and they were sharing these sweets amongst one another, and they offered them to me. And I said, no, I'm very pious. I don't take stolen things. And then they were afraid, and they were afraid that I would report all of them to you, Mother. So then they went off and they told on you, and they told on me, and they made up these lies about me eating dirt. And so Mother Yashoda, she was trying to get to the bottom of the situation, but making no progress. So then she said, okay, Krishna, just open your mouth and show me. Come here. So then she took the mouth of Krishna, and what did she see in the mouth of Krishna? Yes.
The universe.
The whole universe. So, Mother Yashoda, not the best picture. When she opened the mouth of Krishna, she saw the entire Brahmanada, the entire universe. Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, all things are resting on me like pearl on a string of thread, like pearls on a thread. Everything is resting on the support of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna. So even though Krishna here is playing Naravat Leela, human-like pastimes, still everything is within the body of Krishna. So when Mother Yashoda made Krishna open his mouth, she saw the entire universe. She saw so many mountain ranges, so many rivers, and then she saw so many planets. And then on one planet, it was Earth planet. And on Earth planet, she saw Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, she saw herself looking into the mouth of Krishna. And then in the mouth of Krishna, she saw another Earth planet. And she was there looking into the mouth of Krishna. And then in that mouth, she saw herself again looking into the mouth of Krishna. And on and on and on, infinitely it went, because Krishna is Anadi Ananta. So, Mother Yashoda, she almost fainted. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. Am I dreaming? Have I gone mad? And then she was thinking, oh, maybe someone's done some bujinaga, some black tantra on my boy. So then, thinking like this, because in Vrindavan Dham, the Madhurya Shakti, the sweetness, potency of the Lord is always serving Krishna. And the Aishwarya Shakti, the potency of awe and reverence, majesty, doesn't get so much opportunity. So the Aishwarya Shakti was thinking, oh, now is my chance. I can get some service here. And if I see, if I make Mother Yashoda see that all the planets are within the mouth of Krishna, then she will forget that she was about to rebuke him. So this is a nice opportunity for service. So this is called the Santara, the changing of the rasa, the changing of the mellows. Because first Krishna was about to get a bit of a reprimand, and now Mother Yashoda was saying, oh my boy, I must protect him. Someone's done some black tantra on him. So then she thought, I'd better call the rishis, Sandalya Rishi, Bhrigu Rishi, etc. And they can come and do one yagya, chant some mantras, and they can purify my boy. So just see the irony here. The Abbas, the semblance of the name of Krishna, can destroy all your sins. But in Braja, Mother Yashoda is thinking, oh, I better purify Krishna with cow dung. So then the priests, the Brahmanas, they said to Mother Yashoda, you should get some cow dung, and you should get some cow urine, and you should paste it all over Krishna and purify him. And all the boys were having a nice laugh in the background. So Mother Yashoda, she was doing this, and in the background the rishis, they were chanting so many mantras of protection, the Swasti Vachanam. And Krishna, Mother Yashoda, in Vrindavan, no one has the conception that Krishna is God. Even though he has all Aishwarya, the love is so thick, the love is so sweet, the love is so condensed. If you have Vatsalya Bhav, you think, oh, Krishna is my Lala, he's my little one. If you have Sakya Bhav, you think, oh, Krishna is my friend. If you have Madhuri Bhav, you think, oh, Krishna he's so handsome, he's the beloved. So in this way, in the supreme zenith of the spiritual world, this is called Naravat Leela, human-like relationship. So Mother Yashoda, she's just seeing Krishna, oh, he's my little boy, and I need to protect him. So Mother Yashoda, she was thinking like this. It's not like in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 where Krishna showed Arjuna the universal form. Not this kind of Aishwarya conception. So another time, Krishna had to leave for the day, and the little boys, they were saying to Krishna, oh, we hear you play the bansi, the flute. Can you play the bansi for us? The boys were singing, oh, we heard you like to steal mutton, you like to steal butter. Please come back and we can form a gang and we can steal together. So in this way, Krishna had so many wonderful pastimes with his cowherd boyfriends, playing in the forest, stealing butter. God, he just has fun. He's on permanent vacation. In the Upanishads it says, Raso Vaisaha. The Supreme Conscious Being is the relisher of rasa. He is the supreme connoisseur of transcendental mellows. The Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, the Supreme Personality of Reality, he has his own world. He has his own associates. He's got much better things to do than sit on a cloud and watch what you get up to. This is a very contracted, Sankochitta Chaitana, a very contracted perception of the Supreme Reality. So we should come out of that contracted state of consciousness and come to Purna Vikasasita Chaitana, fully blossomed consciousness, and see the smiling personality of reality himself, engaged in so many pastimes. So, another time, Krishna, this is him stealing butter, him and Balaram. So another time Krishna came to Brahmanada, and all the boys, they were already there. And when Krishna arrived, all the boys started laughing at Krishna. Ha 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 ha. And then Krishna said, "Oh, please tell me, what's the joke? What's the joke?" And all the boys were just laughing. Ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, ha. And Krishna, "Please tell me seriously, what's the joke?" Ah, ha, ha, ha. No one would tell him. And then finally one boy said, "It's a secret." Ah, ha, ha, ha. And Krishna said, "Tell me, tell me." And the boy said, "We know something about you, but we're not going to tell you." And then finally one boy gave in and said, "We know about you, Krishna." So, what colour is God?
Blue.
Blue?
Like a dark
Bluish
blue.
black.
Bluish black?
Multiple colors.
Multiple colours?
Sham.
Sham? What colour is sham?
Dark brown.
A fresh rain cloud illuminated by lightning.
So sometimes in the bhajans it's described that Krishna is like a dark, fresh rain cloud. And he wears yellow pitimbar, yellow cloth, so that's like a flash of lightning on a fresh rain cloud. So the boys were laughing at Krishna. And they said, "Your brother Balaram, he's fair. He's got a white complexion." And what complexion are his parents, Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba? Anyone know?
In Gopal Chandra, Mother Yashoda is actually dark in complexion.
You know, Vigam Bharati Maharaj, she said something very wonderful about this. That depending on her mood, the complexion of Mother Yashoda, it changes. So depending on what kind of rush she's in, that her complexion will change. So sometimes it's also explained that their complexion is lighter. So the boys were saying, "Just look, your brother Balaram is fair, your parents are fair, so why are you black? You're not the son of Nanda Baba, you're not the son of Yashoda. We know the truth." And Krishna, he looked at himself and he had a realization. I'm black, I'm dark, and it's true. Balaram is fair. And he realized for the first time he has a dark complexion. And he was bewildered. So then the cowherd boys, they said, "You know, on the bank of the Jamuna, there was a dark tamarind tree. And in the middle of the dark tamarind tree, there was a black hole. And inside the black hole and the black tamarind tree, there was a bunch of black crows. And in amongst those black crows, in the black hole, in the black tamarind tree, was a black baby. And that baby was you, Krishna." Krishna was thinking, "I'm black. Balaram's fair. Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba is fair. It must be true." And Krishna started to cry. Children are like that sometimes. They like to tease each other. So sometimes Krishna, he will go home crying to Mother Yashoda. And so Krishna, he ran all the way home crying. And then usually when the boys were teasing him, he'd go crying to his mother and his mother would comfort him. But this time he realized, she's not my mother. So she can't give me any comfort. So he went out in the middle of the courtyard and like a little baby having a tantrum, he was stomping his hands on the earth, stomping his feet, lying down, creating a dust storm, crying. And then Mother Yashoda, she heard a commotion. So she went out there, "Oh my Lala, what's wrong? Come in my lap. Come in your mother's lap." And then Krishna said, "Ah, you're not my mother," and continued crying. "Ah." And then Mother Yashoda thought, "What are you talking about? Of course I'm your mother." And Krishna, "I know everything. I know about the black tamarind tree. I know about the black hole. I know about the black crows and the black baby. I know it all. If you're not my mother, I'm going to go out to the forest and find my real mother." Krishna was crying. Just Narada Leela. So Krishna was crying like this, and then Mother Yashoda, she thought what to do. "Oh, please Krishna, believe me, I am your mother." So as Krishna was crying, he was getting so many flashbacks in his mind. So, amongst these flashbacks, he was remembering all the times that Mother Yashoda chastised him, would twist his ear and give him a slap for doing some mischief. So Krishna was thinking, oh, it's true. When she finds out I've been stealing butter, she takes my ear, she gives it a twist, and she gives me a slap, and she tells me, don't do that. And if I was really her son, she wouldn't do that. So it's true, I'm not her son. Ah! And then Krishna was having another flashback. That one day when Krishna was quite young, Nanda Baba had a very large bull in the courtyard, and the bull had its head down, and then Krishna saw the very big horns of the bull, and he thought, oh, this is a nice opportunity to do some climbing. So then baby Krishna, he climbed up the head of the bull onto the horns, and then the bull raised its head. And if you've ever seen Indian bulls, they are really big. So then Krishna was like up in a skyscraper, not knowing what to do. So then he started to cry, oh, Yashoda Mai, come, please help me. And then Yashoda Mai, she came out, Krishna's mother, into the courtyard, and then seeing what's going on, she got Nanda Baba, Krishna's father. And then Krishna's father approached the bull, took Krishna off the head, and gave him to Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda took his ear, twisted it, and gave him a slap and said, don't do that. So Krishna was remembering this. No, why would she do that? If I was really her son, she'd be so loving to me, she wouldn't give me a slap. So Krishna was crying, and then he had another flashback. One time the gopas, the men of the village, they had created a boundary around the grazing carts of so many thorns, so many branches of thorns. And amongst those, that perimeter of thorn branches, one very beautiful flower had fallen from a tree into the middle of the thorn protection. And Krishna thought, oh, very pretty flower, I want that flower. So then he went over to the perimeter of thorns, and he lifted up one branch, and he crawled in to get the flower. And then when he got the flower, that branch fell down. And then there was one thorn in this side of his hair, another thorn in this side of his hair, one in his cloth, and he was completely surrounded, trapped. What to do? Ah, Yashoda Mai, come and help me. So then his mother came out, seeing the situation, called Nanda Baba. Nanda Baba came, got a big stick, lifted up the branch of thorns, retrieved baby Krishna, gave him in the lap of Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda twisted his ear and gave him a slap. Don't do that again. So Krishna was remembering this. Oh, it's true, she's not my mother, she's always chastising me. Ah! Sukadeva Goswami, he's remembering all of these things. So then, another time, young Krishna saw a dog sleeping, and the dog had its mouth open. So then Krishna very stealthily came up to the dog, and he was thinking, how far can I stick my hand down this mouth of the dog? So then he was reaching in to the sleeping dog's mouth, and Mother Yashoda came out, quickly grabbed Krishna, twisted him by the ear, gave him a slap. Don't do that again. So Krishna was having flashbacks of all of these things. It's true that you're not my mother, you're always just chastising me. And then Krishna had another flashback that Mother Yashoda, she was in one room churning yogurt, and in the other room the fires were going in the kitchen, and Krishna had discovered a new game, and that was when you put ghee on the fire, it increases. So he was in the kitchen with the pot of ghee, throwing it on the fire. And then Mother Yashoda, seeing the flames coming out the window, quickly went into the kitchen. Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. Grabbed Krishna, took him on lap, twisted his ear and gave him a slap. Don't do that again. So Krishna was remembering all these things. Ah, you're not my mother, you're always chastising me. And then Krishna was thinking, one time I even remember, where is it? Let's see if I got a picture. No picture, I'm sorry to say. So Krishna was remembering, one time, I even remember you tied me up. Damodar Leela. So, Mother Yashoda, here. Ah, yes, behind Mahaprabhu we have one picture of Damodar Leela. Krishna was being so naughty that Mother Yashoda tied him up. And then remembering that pastime, Mother Yashoda, she was feeling so ashamed. Oh, I tied up my child, oh my little Lala. Oh, and her heart was just melting. Oh, Krishna, I swear I am your mother. So then she picked up crying Krishna from the courtyard and she took little Krishna into the temple room. And then in the temple room, she put her right hand on the Narayan Shalagram Shila, because Nanda Baba, he worships Lord Narayan. And then she put her left hand on the head of baby Krishna. And she said, I take an oath in front of Lord Narayan, Supreme Bhagavan, that I am your mother and you came from my womb. Krishna is the source of Lord Narayan, but the love is so thick and so condensed in Braja that they cannot see Krishna as God. They only see him through the eyes of loving relation. So if you really want to know who is Krishna, you have to forget that he's God. But you cannot jump ahead. Just like in the bhajan of Satyavat Rishi, Nama Ishvaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gopuli Bhajanam. Nama Ishvaram. First we have to understand that Krishna is the supreme Param Tattva. He is the source, he is Avatari, the source of all incarnations, or else how can you surrender? You'll have some sankshai, some doubt. We're hearing about these 5 stages of deliberation this morning. So you won't be able to take full shelter of Krishna. But in order for the Madhurya, the sweetness to become prominent in our consciousness, ultimately we have to move past the Aishwarya. So our Acharyas, they are giving us Krishna in Vrindavan. They are not giving us Krishna in Mathura, Krishna in Dwarka, Lord Narayan, Lord Ram. All of these are included in the body of Krishna because he is Avatari, the source of all incarnations. But our Acharyas are giving us human-like Krishna, where the Madhurya is most sweet, reaches its zenith. So, seeing this oath that Mother Yashoda had taken in front of the Supreme Lord Bhagavan, Lord Narayan, then Krishna, he calmed down and he was thinking, I believe you. I really am your son. And if anyone tries to tease me, I will tease them. So then, the next time he went out with his cowherd boyfriends, the boys were asking him, oh, Krishna, why are you black? And then instead of getting upset, he started to tease them. And he said, when I was young, my mother, she wrapped me in a black blanket and she fed me the milk from a black cow, and that is why I'm black. And the boys, no, you're lying, Krishna. Tell us the truth. Why are you black? And then so many excuses Krishna came up with. He said, it's because I was born on the dark moon night. What night is Janmashtami? Yeah, dark moon. And because I was born on the dark moon night, that is why I'm black. Ah, Krishna, you're lying to us. Tell us, why are you black? So many excuses Krishna came up with. And then he said, those gopis, I'm always going to their house. They're always inviting me to their house to eat their butter. Is it true?
Yes.
In one sense it is true. So those gopis, they're always inviting me to their house to eat butter. And sometimes the gopis, they are coming to Mother Yashoda and they're complaining to Mother Yashoda, oh, your boy is chore, he's a thief. And when we try to offer him butter, he's not interested. He doesn't want to eat the makan we offer him. But as soon as we're not looking, he's stealing. So we think your son has a taste for stolen goods. But Krishna is the thief of hearts. And Krishna is saying to Mother Yashoda, those gopis are lying. They invite me every day to come and eat at their house. So Krishna is telling the truth, because he's speaking from the Prem Katha. All the residents of Vrindavan, they have such love for Krishna. So it gives them pleasure when Krishna comes to steal, because Prem is like a snake. When the snake wants to go one way, the head goes the other way. So in Vrindavan, there's always Prema Kalaha, loving quarrel, always joking, always teasing. When you meet someone for the first time, it's quite formal and you're giving respect. But if you know someone for a long time, then you're joking and you're teasing, and the love is relished in a more sweeter way. So in Vrindavan, there's always love and teasing, joking. This is how Krishna and his associates relish their love in a very crooked way. So Krishna was saying, those gopis, their hearts are black. And because I'm stealing their butter, that's why I'm black. And the cowherd boys are saying, no, Krishna, you're lying to us. Please tell us, why are you black? So when Krishna was a little older, then the gopis of Vrindavan, the young maidens, they start to have some attraction for Krishna. And what do the gopis decorate their eyes with? Kajal. What color is kajal? Black. So Krishna is saying, those gopis, whose hearts are crooked, they're always shooting me with their sidelong glances and are capturing me with their eyes. And because I'm captured in their eyes and are drinking my beauty with their eyes and surrounded by kajal in the vision of their eyes, that's why I'm black. So in this way, Krishna is thinking so many wonderful excuses of why he's black. So black is also a color of Shingaras, the romantic mood. So Madhuram Samapayet. In the morning was quite heavy philosophy. But you cannot jump straight ahead to the high rasa katha. If you try to build a house but you have no solid foundation, the house will collapse. So our acharyas, they have given us so much tattva gyan, so much siddhanta, so much solid philosophy, so then we can actually come to the pinnacle of the sweetness of the Lord. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Jaiva Dharma, he has shared how to do bhajan. And one stage of that is Kram Shuddha Shravan Dasha, to hear in a very methodical sequence. And in this way, we can enter into the higher loving pastimes. And sometimes there's a conception, oh, we shouldn't hear about these very elevated pastimes of Krishna. But it even says in the Bhagavatam, hearing about these very elevated pastimes of Krishna, this is actually the cure for all these anarthas, all these unwanted things in the heart. All material lust will be dissolved by hearing about the sweet loving pastimes of Krishna, because there is no impurities in them whatsoever. They are completely pure, completely transcendental. And those loving pastimes have been embodied most in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. We won't go into that tonight, so I'll just kind of draw to a conclusion here. But these are a few pastimes of sweet, loving Krishna with his cowherd friends, Mother Yashoda, very... Krishna is so sweet, you know, and so we started off at Brahmanada, and you can still go there today. Because Vrindavan, it's eternal in one manifestation, and then there's also Prakat Vrindavan. Vrindavan that is still manifest here in the material world. And in one sense they're actually non-different. So it is the tradition that our acharyas, our spiritual preceptors, every year during Damodar Mass, during the month of Radharani, Kartik Mass, they would do parikram, a pilgrimage around the sacred forest of Vrindavan, and they would visit so many places where the eternal pastimes of Krishna are still happening today. And by the blessings of Narad Muni, if you go to the place where these pastimes have taken place, then you will surely get praying. Very powerful. So that is not just to go there like a tourist and take some photos and okay, I've been there and got my ticket, now I'm going to get praying. To really go there, to have parikram, to have darshan, it means we must be doing it in anugatya, under the guidance of a realized Vaishnava. Because then that realized Vaishnava, they are actually seeing the transcendental Dham. Otherwise, we will only see the material reflection, and we'll just see so much pollution and so many other things. But the realized saint, they can show us the transcendental Vrindavan through their Harikatha. So this is the power of Braj Bhumi that is still available today. So if we want to cry for Krishna, if we want to get some understanding of the personality of reality, there are so many pastimes of Krishna. Otherwise, we'll just draw a blank and we think, oh, God is some abstract, formless personality floating in space. But Krishna, he is the thief of hearts, Rasak Shaker, the connoisseur of all transcendental mellows. And there is nothing more sweet than hearing, chanting, and remembering about the names, forms, qualities, pastimes of Sri Krishna. And they unfold in a sequence. So by chanting with sincerity and open heart this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, all of these pastimes will be revealed in the heart. Just like Satyavat Rishi and his bhajan, sequentially, deeper and deeper and deeper, more and more was revealed. But it was on the platform of knowing Krishna is Bhagavan Swayam, and then more and more Madhurya. So, Krishna Kanaya Lala ki
Jai.
Jai Jai Shri
Radhe Shyam.
Go Premanande.
Hari Hari Bo.
If anyone's got any thoughts, reflections, or questions, additions, complaints, please share.
There's a bhajan of this Lila or Krishna say different issues, no?
Yeah, there's many sweet bhajans about Kanaya, stealing butter. Sometimes a crow will come down and steal a roti out of his hand. Rasakan has written so many very sweet bhajans about young Krishna. Krishna is unlimited. His pastimes are eternal. So we could be here for eternity and not even reach one speck of dust on the tips of the toes of the glories of Krishna. So Gokuli Brajamana. Satyavat Rishi is saying every resident of Vrindavan, they are drowning in an ocean of love and immersed in the pastimes of Krishna. At first we may not have some taste, but go on chanting, go on hearing, go on remembering, and gradually some taste will come. And once you have a higher taste, very easily you can give up the lower things. And when you get some higher taste, you will realize that all these things you're trying to get some enjoyment from at the moment, they won't give you the lasting satisfaction that your soul actually desires. Because only the soul has an eternal desire to relish an eternal exchange of love, and that cannot be found here on the material platform. You can still have wonderful interactions, no problem, but it won't give the nourishment the soul is looking for. It can only be found on the spiritual platform, because your soul is spiritual and that desire is spiritual, and only Krishna can fulfill that desire. And thank you for patiently listening. Now some arti and kirtan.
Can I do some kirtan?
You can go. Yes.
Does someone want to do